going to take a few questions. So if anyone has any question, I'll take that before. Okay, so I think I have some already in the chat box, so I'm going to just focus on that. And so let me start from the beginning. Someone is asking here that I just okay. I'm still trying to get the questions. I'm 40 years, okay, no. Just give me a minute to get the question. Can one take, okay, can the collateral be in Nigeria? There are no collaterals actually. I think I mentioned that at the beginning. It's a no collateral, no cosigner type of loan. So it's on you. It's not on anybody. The only thing you need to get from home will be references. And references are just people who are going to say, oh, we know him, at least so far as our knowledge of him or her goes, he is not a criminal. Give him the loan. But they are not going to pay back. They are not going to promise that they will pay back if you fail. So the loan responsibility is still 100% yours. Can I know the prices for the loan? How does it affect the school we are going? I'm not sure if I understand that question clearly, but I think the loan amount will depend on you. The maximum you can get will be the total amount of your living expense and your tuition. If it is not more than 50,000, you can get the full amount if you are studying in the US. You can get the full amount of your tuition if you are studying in Canada. And then how does it affect the school we are going? Okay, how it affects is, if I understand that question well, will be that you will only be able to study in a university that is covered by the loan service provider, and there are about 400 of them. So I don't think you will have any problem. Every course is covered, so you don't have issues with that. Can we pay before graduation? That's difficult to understand and answer, because pay before graduation, you're supposed to be paying a little part of the simple interest during the course of your study. But paying before graduation, I'm not sure what time before graduation this repayment can be done. But if you don't want to take the loan again, like I said, it's for 2 years. Let's say you have taken the loan for 1 year and you don't want to take it again for second year, I think you can definitely do that. The approval rate, it's close to, I think it's over 90%. So somebody is asking, what are the approval rates in percentage? Generally, people get these loans except if you have personal issues, serious personal issues. And then how much are we charging? Is it fixed for both US and Canada? I mentioned that as well. We don't charge you anything to help you process it if we are the one processing your admission. And then for those who have problem with payment of passport and flight ticket, how is the loan going to help you? It's not going to help you in any way, because you need to get to your country of study before you can access the loan. So you will probably take a loan for the travel cost and take or ask family members to contribute to make up for that initial cost. So you are only going to be able to access this loan after you resume in your institution. Is there any specific country that Arrow focuses on? In terms of admission, we are covering 26 countries. But in terms of this loan, only 2 countries, the US and Canada. We are working on other loans for study in other countries, and we will update you as soon as we are done with that. Can we rewatch this seminar? Definitely. You will be able to watch it on YouTube as soon as I think the editing is done, and it will be uploaded on YouTube and you'll be able to watch. Is it applicable to MSc students? Yes, it's actually easier for MSc students because their program is like a maximum of 2 years, so they are covered. Then, can we pay before graduation? I think I've addressed that. If I'm to lay back in 10 years and I have money to pay back immediately after graduation, is it possible, or one has to continue to pay until 10 years? No, you can pay back early. I've actually listened to a student who paid back within 1 year. But she said, because she took $100,000, she was able to pay back in 1 year. She's a Nigerian student. She was able to pay back in 1 year because she was determined. She does not want her career to be built on a loan or to be disorganized by a loan. She got a fantastic job after graduation. She was a good student and she got a nice job that was paying well. She was able to pay back. She said, but her life was literally put on hold in the sense that she could not do anything extra. Every income that she has goes into repaying this loan. And she was able to do $100,000 in 1 year. You can too if you have a good job. So it's possible to pay back immediately after graduation. It's possible to pay back within a year, 2 years, 5 years, or any amount of time. Will the funds be paid directly to the school or to the student personal account? No, it will not come to your personal account. It will be paid. Everything, both the tuition and living expenses, will be paid to your university. The university will take your tuition out of it and paid the remaining amount to your personal account. So the university is a witness that you got the money. What if I have to pay a deposit for my tuition to get a letter of acceptance from my university for visa processing? Then you are going to have to take care of that. You're going to have to take care of that because getting a letter of acceptance from your university for visa processing does not guarantee your visa. So what if you get the loan and you don't get the visa? That will be very, very problematic. So you are going to have to take care of that. Does this mean that it is only a maximum of 100,000? Yes, that's the maximum you can get. Does the loan cover all my expenses while in school? If your expenses per semester is not more than 25,000, yes, the loan covers it. Are we discussing based on American dollars or Canadian dollars? American dollars. Can I pay before 10 years? I've answered that. Yes, you can. What if I have to? Okay. Can we get the number to chat arrows? I think you have the number on the screen. So please just use the number +6 011 2174 8309 +6 011 2174 8309. That's the number. What's the percentage of getting job while studying, and how fast will it be? I think that's a question that will depend on you a lot. There are people who get jobs as soon as they resume. So it depends on how good your networking capability is. If you can network well and you know how to ask questions, you know how to link up with people and get guidance, then you might be able to find a job within few weeks of resuming your university. That's why they gave you that 45 days of initial time before you start to pay back the interest that you're going to be paying during study. So getting a job, I can't give you a percentage. I can only say you will be able to get a job, but how good the job will be is what I can't say. And how soon it will be how well you manage yourself, how well you manage your interaction with people. If you stay in your bedroom and you don't go out and you don't network with classmates or seniors or anybody, you may not get a job throughout your study. That's the truth. So because nobody is going to come and give you an offer of a job in your bedroom. So you're going to need to be out there, be up and doing, connect with people, and then they can link you up with opportunities. We try our best to link our students up with anyone that we know within the town they are studying at. So that could also help you. And if we have students in the university you are going, we link you up with those who already have experience so they can also help you. But one thing that I think is very important is your social media networking. Don't just go there and be flexing for nothing. That's what most young people do. Don't flex for nothing. If you are going on social media, take advantage of social media to connect with people who matter. So if you are going to New York University, for example, I expect you to go to Facebook and look for African students studying in New York University. Connect with them there. Start chatting with them. Start asking questions. Start networking there. You could actually have a job waiting for you before you get to the US. So these are all important things that nobody can do for you. You have to do them yourself. What can I get? Recorded version? Yes, you will definitely get that. You will receive a notification as soon as it's uploaded on YouTube. YouTube address is just go to Arrows Education. Please, Arrows office, can you please put the YouTube address of Arrows on the chat box so people can have it? Do you process admission for people? Yes, I'm going to assume that you are relatively new at the webinar. Yes, we do that. We are covering 26 countries, and we can help you get admission to 26 countries. What is the school you want to pay before? I don't understand that, but I'm going to assume that what if the school wants you to pay before resumption? I think your loan letter should take care of that. Can Arrows help us process and get the visa? Yes, we'll do that for you. And at zero cost, as long as we are the one processing your admission. What's the procedure for assessing the loan? I just woke up. I can see that. So the procedure is that you need your offer letter, you need your passport, you need your transcript, you need your CV, and so let me just say where to start is getting an offer, which is what we can help you with. So you don't need to pay anything extra. If we are processing your admission, we will also support you to get the loan. And then, is it age related? Can people who are older and want to further study abroad access the loan? Well, the loan service provider will have to determine that, because when it comes to age, the challenge there is this. If, for example, I am 60 and I'm deciding I want to go and study nursing in the US right now. So I go to the US and study nursing for 3 years, then I'm 53. And then I start working. I'm supposed to retire at 60. So at 53, I finish studying nursing. I've taken a loan and I need to pay back in 10 years. I don't even have 10 years for payback before retirement. So that's a very big challenge for the service provider, because your situation is not in the best interest of the service provider. So that's the challenge that you may have. But if you can justify it, there is always something I tell people: you can negotiate anything at all. So if you can justify your situation to the service provider, for example, okay, this course that I'm going to study, by the time they are looking for people, they are waiting for people to graduate to employ them. And so by the time I'm done, my first salary is, I'm going to be earning like $10,000 per month, and I don't need 10 years to pay your money. I can pay you back in 2 years or in 5 years. If you can justify the situation, definitely it can be considered. So there is no law that says you can't. If you are a senior person, you can always try. There's no harm in trying. That's what they say. What's the procedure? Okay, I think I've answered that. And then, how long does the admission process take for MSc in Canada? It depends on the institution. If they are the top institutions, it takes quite some time, and you may be on the queue for a long time. You may actually not be able to get in this year. For example, if you are intending to go to some schools in Canada this September, you can't. There are no seats again. Some of them, there are no seats for January 2024 again. So you only have maybe May or September 2024 open to you. So it depends. And there are also institutions that within 2 weeks, you can get your offer letter. So it's hard to say this is the thing, but top colleges, top universities take longer than those that are not in that group. Will the loan include feeding fees, accommodation, and tuition fees? Yes. If I have a child, is it of any disadvantage? Well, it depends. If you are planning to go with the child, you are going to need to provide fund of your own that will take care, that will assure the visa officer that you have the fund to take care of your child, because the loan will not cover your child. Will the loan cover feeding fees? Yes, it's going to cover all of that. So living expense means accommodation and feeding and transportation and all of that. So I resumed already. Can I kickstart the process of getting the loan already for UK school? No, we don't cover the UK school yet. There are other loans that cover UK schools, but the one we are discussing today is US and Canada. So I think those are the questions that I have here, and I will be thinking of stopping now if there are no other questions. Do you have some US schools that can qualify? Yes, I mentioned it. About 400 schools in US and Canada qualify at the moment. We just need to know what course you want to study, and then we'll check for you. Does Arrow assist dependent with visa processing if they have their proof of fund? Yes, as long as you're processing with yours, yes. How long will it take for me to get admission in Canada if I want to study master in ICT? I think I've answered that question. It depends on which university you are going. So it's a function of how top rated the university is. So the waiting time is between 2 weeks and 3 months, or maybe a little more, depending on the university. So it could be fast, it could be very fast, it could also be a bit slow. It also depends on the season in the admission season. When it is resumption time, things are very, very slow because they are attending to new students that are coming in. But if it's not resumption time, things are quite fast. So it depends on you. But my advice always on that is, if you know you want to go to school next year, start now. Start your application now. Don't wait till next year. Get the offer now, or get in the queue now, so that you will not have to wait for longer. And then what about if you don't get a job after graduation and you have to go back to your country? Okay, I think yes, the loan does not require you to stay in your country of study. Actually, the service provider only expects you to pay back the loan. So you can always go back home, and then as long as you start paying back 6 months after graduation. What you should note is that if you default on your payment, your loan continues to increase. So you don't want to play with default. When can someone commence the loan? I've answered that. Immediately, as soon as you are ready, right now, immediately after the webinar. I have a first degree in architecture. I want to switch career to biotechnology. What are the chances? Well, we are living in an age of interdiscipline, so there may be a way to connect, but it's a case-by-case thing. So the best thing will be that we talk with you and try to find out what you've done with the architecture, what you are doing at the moment, why you are trying to go into biotechnology, and then we'll see what your chances are, and then we can advise you on that. So I would say, Ed Mossy, chat with us, chat with the office after the webinar, then we can speak and see how we can be of help with that. My background is in education. Can I get some courses in US for loan? Yes, definitely, you can. And then, let me see, I think there is another question there. The service was bad. I asked the question earlier. I don't know if it has been attended to. How fast is getting job while studying? I answered that. It depends on you. It depends on your network. It depends on how you play your game, how you are able to get out there and connect with people who can introduce you to good jobs. And you can get a job immediately you resume. You can even get a job before you resume. You can get a job many months after you have resumed. Depends on you. If we process admission and visa through Arrows, please, what is the success rate? Success rate, should I want me to say 100%? Well, I think so far, I don't know how to give that percentage, but on many of the cases that we have had that have been denied, I think I will say we have had about 2 or 3 cases of denial. And one thing that I've noticed about the denials that we've had is the fact that the funding for the proof of fund did not come from immediate family members. It did not come from parents. That's what I've noticed for the cases of denials that we've had. Every other case has been approved. So our success rate is very high. And one thing that we always be sure to tell you is this is a little bit risky. If you say, oh, it's going to be my uncle's uncle, it's going to be my grandfather's friend, it's going to be my neighbor, we will tell you this is risky, this is not likely to get approval. But if you insist, we will definitely support you, try to help you with whatever we can. But we are not a visa approving organization. It's still at the sole discretion of the High Commissioner or the ambassador or whoever is in charge. So we can only help you package, but I can tell you that based on our experience, when a sponsor, the person producing the proof of fund is a distant person, it is usually very dicey. And then my background is in business admin. Can I study masters in ICT? Definitely, you can. Let's talk, and then we can give you options that you can explore. How about England? Chemical engineering. We are not covering England for loan, but we are covering England for admission. So if you want to study in England, definitely we can help you. But if you want a loan, no, we will not be able to help you with that. And then, which university is easy and fast to get admission in Canada, and their tuition fee is not much when you want to study master's? I don't have a list of Canadian universities and their tuition fees off my head, so that's something that we can discuss later. So I always, because of time today, we couldn't do that. I will usually show you the process that we use to get you offered. You tell us, this is the amount I can afford. So we will check. We have more than 1,000 universities that we are covering. So we will just use the amount that you have to search for a university for you and see which universities are offering your course and based on the amount that you are willing to pay, and then we recommend that to you. So I can't answer that question offhand, but I can tell you that you will find a good university. If your result is good, you'll find a good and cheap university. And that's another point you should note. Your result is directly related to the tuition that you will pay. When your result is good, you get cheap universities. When your result is not very good, you will only get offer in a little bit more expensive universities. How long will this loan last? After studying and still on repayment, can someone travel to another country if there is better opportunity? Yes, you are not tied to the country of your country of study. As long as you are paying back your loan, no problem. How long will this loan last before it is closed? Or what is closing date? I'm not sure if I understand that question, but this loan is always there. Anytime you're ready, it's always there. Will there be more webinars? Definitely. We have webinars like every other week. Unfortunately, in the month of July, we'll only be having one because we have a number of other pressing programs. So I think 27th of July will be our next webinar. We will definitely get back to you on that. You will get a notification. Okay, UCW, University Canada West. Yes, it is on our list. So if that's where you want to go, we are covering University Canada West. If you go to Arrow's YouTube channel, you are also going to see a video there by representatives of University Canada West who we invited them to this webinar, I think about 2 years ago. So you can you can watch the video so you can see the courses that are available, the price and everything. And you also get a few of your questions answered. So just check on Arrow's YouTube page, University of Canada West, will cover them. If you have anything to discuss urgently, I think you can call on Arrow's line right away. Then I'll also try to be here for a few more minutes. So if you have anything urgent to discuss, I'll be here for a few more minutes and then we'll close. But we are done. We have closed for the webinar. So thank you very much. I'll see you again next time.